What is going on, everybody? Good Tuesday morning, or nighttime, or afternoon, or wherever you're at. I know you're in different time zones. Hey, do me a favor, put the chat there if you can hear me. I've been doing these daily lives so that you guys can get some information on how to start, run, and grow businesses online. What's going on? James Brain, my man. He's in the house. He's always a welcome person to have around. But everybody just say hi in that chat. Let me know where you're at. Let me know what you're doing. We're gonna he says loud and clear. Thank you, James. I appreciate that, buddy. So he says loud and clear. So if James can hear me, then I assume everybody can hear me. So today we're going to talk a little bit about productivity, and I don't want you to get scared, because when I tell you you're going to be more productive, I'm going to tell you have to do less. Okay, you do less and still be more productive, which is a pretty cool thing. So I'm going to be talking about that today, but that doesn't mean that you can't ask me any question you want about, online businesses and selling stuff online and making money online and websites and e-commerce and all that good stuff. All you got to do is put in that chat section there. Do me a favor, guys, too. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a big subscribe button down there. If it is red, that means it's a warning to you. It's warning you that you have not subscribed yet. You need to do so. And when you do so, it will turn gray. And something else will happen too. Next to it, a bell will pop up like this. Kind of like this, not exactly like this, but I mean, you get the drift. And then what you need to do, ring the bell. You need to turn on all notifications. So when you click on it, there's going to be a part that says all notifications. That's the part you want to click. That way, every time I upload a new video, I go live, any of these things, that you're going to be notified. You don't have to come searching for it. Hey, it's a time saver. You know what else is a big time saver? Smashing that like button down there. It saves you a lot of time. Go ahead and smash that like button too. Make sure you do that. I want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to ask me any questions you want, so feel free to put those in the chat. And I'm just going to jump right in about this productivity thing, because I think it's super important for all of us. I really do, to be productive. And the only way to do that is kind of have a plan. And I think that plan is so important, guys. And what I want to do is switch over here a little bit. I got to see another screen. But let's get a little bit organized about this first off, okay? I want to talk to you about productivity, but I want to talk to you about multitasking, because this is a big thing that people have talked about for years, where people will multitask and seem to get more done. And in actuality, it's been studied, and your mind can only focus on one thing at a time. So if you think you're multitasking, if you think you're, going to all these different things and doing all these things, all you're doing is causing your mind to shift between all these different thoughts. And in doing so, you actually become less productive and less accurate in all the things you're doing. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is focus on one thing at a time, just one thing. And it also kind of relieves you too. You kind of get that breath where you're like, yes, I can just concentrate on one thing. I don't have to look at 50 different things. So, that's the first thing I'm going to tell you. The most productive people put all their time and energy into one task, usually one item on their to-do list that will really set them straight, move them forward, and get the most success. So that's the first thing. Number one, okay? Focus on one thing at a time. You don't need two things at a time. You don't want to do that. You don't. Next thing, and this is a big thing that ruins your productivity. Number two is eliminate any and all distractions, okay? Eliminate any and all distractions. If you're trying to work on your web page and you're sitting on the couch and the TV's on and your wife's talking to you, your husband's talking to you, and the kids are running around and the dog's barking, I mean, it's hard to concentrate. You need to set yourself somewhere where you're going to be productive, okay? You need to put yourself in a different room, someplace quiet. Heck, go out in your car and put your headphones on, do something. But you got to get away from it all to really be productive. So important. I mean, I don't even like music playing or anything in the background when I'm working. I want total silence, okay? I love that I can just sit there and get stuff done without having to worry about all these noises and all these things around me. Number three, anticipate future failures, okay? Things are going to go wrong. And since you know things are going to go wrong, you can prepare for them. Here's what you can do. You can, for example, set your coffee pot on a timer, okay, the night before. That way you know it's going to be there, it's going to be set up. You won't get distracted and forget to make your coffee or whatever. Pick up your dry cleaning before you need it. Okay, don't wait till the last minute to where you got to interrupt something else. Get some of these things done in advance. Take a few hours, maybe even a few days in advance, and you'll make yourself a whole lot less stressed, and you'll be a whole lot more productive by doing so. The next thing I'm going to tell you is you want to balance your home and work, because they are two different things, right? The real secret to productivity is not focusing solely on work, whether your job is, your passion or not. Balancing your personal relationships and downtime with office time is integral to being productive. I know my wife and I, we work a lot and we talk a lot about work, but then some nights we'll say, hey, we're not going to talk about work. We'll just spend time with each other, and we'll not look at anything else. We'll watch a show that we like or whatever, and we just spend that time. And then during that show, I don't think about work. I just don't. Okay, it's just not necessary. So that's another thing I would tell you. That's number 4. Number 5, check your inbox at set times. It's a big time waster, and I've been guilty of this too, and I'm getting better at it. But answering emails when they arrive is really distracting and disjointing to your focus. People who are really, really productive know that they won't accomplish much if they keep checking back on this stuff and keep checking back on emails and keep checking social media and doing all those things. You're just not going to be productive. Decide, that the emails are important. I understand that for your business, but say, hey, I'm only going to check 2 or 3 times a day, and these are the times I'm going to check. I'm not going to check anymore. That's it. Okay? Set an amount of time you have to answer, sort out what needs to get done, and give attention to those emails, those social media things, all those things at that particular time. That's number 5. Number 6. I love this because I was in the corporate world for a long time. Avoid meetings at all costs. I have very few meetings, okay? I can generally say to my employees what I want to get done in a couple seconds, okay? It doesn't take, let's set up a meeting from 9 to 10 tomorrow and let's go through everything. No, I go through everything first, and I see if there's anything we need to talk about, and I'll send them a message on it. There you go. It's done. We don't have to have a meeting, okay? Meetings have, most meetings really have no clear objective anyhow. They're just huge time wasters. They're meetings to meet. That's it. I remember when I was in the automotive business, we used to have meetings galore. We had advertising meetings. We had used car meetings. We had sales meetings. We had, it just went on and on and on and on. Now, I understand sometimes you got to touch base. I did have a sales meeting in the morning where, I got all my salespeople together and, told them what we had out there and what was going on, if they had any questions. But then we got out of there. There was no point in sitting there just droning on forever and ever and ever. It wasn't necessary. If you have to have a meeting, establish that agenda beforehand. Designate a moderator who, if it's going to be you or somebody else, and just stay on task. Okay, don't go and branch off into other things and just lose your focus. Otherwise, use one of the other collaboration apps that's available. Like Yammer or Podio or Basecamp or Asana. Just use that. That's I Skype my people basically and just tell them. Okay, so avoid meetings. That's number 6. Number 7, say yes very sparingly. Say yes very sparingly. Here's why. When you say yes to something, what are you really doing? You're saying no to something else. Also, when you say no to something, you're saying yes to something else. People who are really productive know 2 things. 1, time is a premium. It really is super premium, okay? The more things they take on, the greater the chances that it is physically impossible to accomplish these things. So, number 2 is discretion is the better part of valor, meaning if you're going to boldly strike forward, choosing your path with care and incredibly important, okay? Be careful what you say yes to. Don't say yes out of the fear that nothing else will come along, or say no too often, okay? Other things will come along. There's going to be other things for you to do. There's going to be other opportunities, other availabilities. I get a lot of emails from people wanting me to, promote their product or do a video for their product. And I say no to probably 99.9% of them. You'll rarely see me do a video for somebody else's product, because why would I take time away from my products? Why would I take time away from training for you guys to talk about somebody else's stuff? And I get it. They'll pay me some money. I'll get a little bit of money, but is it really worth that money? I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll do some of those sponsored things, but right now I'm pretty much turning them all down. I got one the other day, a request for an interview, and they would do a 1-hour interview with me on their podcast. And I was like, gosh, do I want to take an hour out of my day to talk on somebody else's podcast? Is that really beneficial for me? And at this point, I've said no. You know, they keep sending me emails, but maybe I'll change my mind. So far, I have not done so. And guys, put stuff in that chat section. I don't see a lot of stuff going in chat today. I don't know what's going on. Get in that chat section and say something there. That's super important that you do that. The next thing, number 8, and I do this a lot, delegate as much as possible, okay? Delegating is like the twin sister to saying yes sparingly, okay? Letting go of control and delegating efficiently is a huge trick of productive people, okay? By doing that, you free up your time, okay? And I know a lot of you out there are going to go, well, I don't want them to do it because I know they're going to mess it up or they won't do it right. Well, train them. You know, show them how to do it right. You know, give them the training they need, and you know, have a little bit of faith. Other people can do things. It's not just you. Other people can actually pull stuff off. So delegate as much as you possibly can, as many things as you possibly can. You know, from managing a team to picking up dry cleaning, you don't have to do it all yourself. You really don't. Okay, it doesn't have to be done all by you. Get another sip here. Next thing, nurture yourself with a morning routine. Now I do this. I have a morning routine. Matter of fact, I found a cool way to make scrambled eggs the other day. I ought to share that video with you guys. It sounds silly, but they're amazing scrambled eggs. The most productive people on the planet have a set morning routine that gets them ready for the day ahead. Okay, so they're going to get their coffee, hot shower, yoga, whatever it is, journaling, but it could be anything that sets your mind and body in a productive course for the day. Routines become habits, okay? And good habits keep you healthy, energetic, and ready for anything. And make sure your routine includes exercise almost every single day. Matter of fact, I do some form of exercise every day. My heavier workouts probably 4 or 5 days a week, something like that. So important, because none of this matters if you lose your health. If you lose your health, you can't do anything at all, right? It's done. So I just wanted to share those few things with you today. I don't have a whole lot more unless you guys have some questions or anything. I just wanted to go through that productivity list. You know, I hope you got something out of it. If you did, put in that chat section. We have fewer people in here today for whatever reason. You know, sometimes we have a whole lot more, sometimes we have a whole lot less. But what we do know is that when I do one of these live videos and help you guys out, afterwards we get hundreds or even thousands of views. And that's really nice. And the way you can help me with that is you could share this, okay? Share this video with somebody who you think can benefit from it. If they can benefit from this information, make sure you share it with them, okay? Make sure that they get access to this. And another best way to do that is to give it a thumbs up, because when you hit that thumbs up algorithm, or hit that thumbs up down there, the algorithm will push this out to more people. So hit that thumbs up. It doesn't matter if you're watching this live or if you're watching this recorded. You know, those things all matter. So make sure you do those things. The subscribe button, make sure you do that. The bell, ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications. That matters too. Come on, JR, your scrambly egg secret. You know, I'm going to do that, James. And when I start my cooking channel, I'm going to do a lot of these things and share these things with you guys. I mean, I just think cooking is really terribly interesting. And I don't know why. I just do. You know, I worked in restaurants. I started actually in my first restaurant when I was 15 years old, and I was a dishwasher at Victoria Station. And I washed dishes, obviously, because I was a dishwasher. That was my job. But I loved it. I just loved it. And then I got moved up. I was the salad prep person, okay? And I thought that was pretty cool. Then I got moved up to the saute chef, where I made shrimp Victoria. These garlic shrimp Victoria, and I made these garlic shrimp every night. I did a lot of different tasks. I actually became a busboy there too. I bussed tables, and then I worked in other restaurants. I became bartender, waiter, and all that. And something about restaurants, I think it's pretty cool. I don't want to own one ever, because you lose too much money. It's way too difficult to make any money in a restaurant. Very few people have been able to pull that off. Bad things happen when you multitask. Yes, they do, Jerry. Bad things happen. I called you Jerry, James. Bad things do happen because you're not concentrating on the things you should be concentrating on, and that really hurts you. It really does. But I will be sharing some of that other stuff on the other channel. That other channel should start in 4 to 5 months, something like that. I got to work on getting that house built in Texas and getting moved to Texas. That's our big task right now, and that's what we're putting all of our effort into. So I don't have any more today. It'll be a little bit short session. I really appreciate you guys showing up. I appreciate you watching this video, especially if you're watching it after I've gone live. You know, I just want to, let me put a little thank you in here. Thanks everybody for checking out the video, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell and smash the like button. There we go. So I put a little comment in there too. All right, guys, I thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow's subject is actually on the video. If you go to my channel and you look at my live that's scheduled tomorrow, the subject is listed on there. I will get Thursdays and Fridays up probably today, so those will be available for you. Really appreciate you being here. Love having you guys here. Any questions you have for me, you can put them in that comment section if this is not live anymore, and I will come back and I'll answer all of those. Thank you so much.